Hope you're enjoying the show, watching from wherever you are. Here to enjoy the beautiful Counter-Strike of the teams that best all of your favorites. Let's get into this one. Starting on the T side is Virtus.pro, Gambit on the defense. We'll be seeing, oh gosh, the odds constantly leaning towards Gambit and getting even more dramatic.
I think it's been knifed by a teammate.
Oh, that is gonna sour the mood unless they find a quick entry delivered by Yakinda, the Latvian. In and, well, out. Showed out by Shiro. Closes the door, says no thank you. Oh, Axel pushing the smoke, and Kickit can't quite find the head. And he's actually managed to fill the feed. So has Hobbit, a double on his USP. It looked so good, it started so well. Where did it all go wrong? They're hunting him down now. He's got no bullets and no hope. Gambit turned it around despite conceding the opening.
Broken record at this point, but Gambit and starts to games have been phenomenal here. VP, if they want to force buy back, they need to make sure they can convert this. Yanko said they're going to need some early rounds to get that confidence going. Well, they've been denied here on round number 1. Yakinda's bought straight into a Deagle. Looks like the rest of them are operating with Glocks. James onto a P250. SMGs are plenty for Gambit here.
Wow, that's it, yeah.
Amices,
okay, so $1,000 has been spent.
Oh, there you go. Buster just out of spawn. Wants to keep us on our toes there. Another P250 will join the side. And VP have been slower in these eco rounds than what we've seen out of Gambit so far. They like to milk out all these grenades. If you just take a look at the top left of your map, you can see a very standard CT setup right here. 3 towards B. Shiro and Axel over towards A. A deadly duo indeed. And with no utility, VP need to hope that they get gifted kills or they can find a head lurking around. All in all, this one is going to be a slow affair.
I love that Axel showing his Katowice 2015 Pick'em trophy.
Nice.
He got a silver Katowice 2015 Pick'em trophy, and now he's bloody in the grand finals of Katowice 2021. He was playing along at home, watching his favorite teams duke it out.
Very passive setup here, though. They're not taking any contact, right? Axel's already tucked into a corner. Oh, double that one up. Nade down the gullet, Molotov to follow. Shiro just doing his best to pepper them. And as I mentioned, for Gambit, this is comfortable territory. It doesn't even matter that they're one map away from winning the grand final. Just another map of Overpass for them.
They're not going to let any of these frags be considered easy. Their setup is so tight. Like, what are you going to do? You know you're up against pistols, so don't give them a way in. Don't give them a favorable fight. That's far from favorable. This could get awkward, though. The crossfires with those SMGs getting a little sketchy now, but looks like they've handled it with grace. Handled it with ease. 3 SMGs, and they're all finding them with some frags. So extra cash in the pockets, even better on the CT side, and you're looking to prepare for the long game. But with the bonus like this, I mean, it's suddenly going to feel like a big shift of power to VP into round 3.
Yeah, and these SMGs coming on through into round 3 as well can be used over towards Sewer and Connect, aware the meta of Overpass right now has had its eyes completely drawn. That door getting blown off by the CT is just how difficult it makes those walk-ups towards sandbag position. We'll have to see how Gambit want to approach this one because they do have the bonus scenario. Standard molly and extinguish from the fireman of VP.
There goes the door.
Yeah, so we really just have to see how VP are able to deal with this. Bit of a smoke from Sanji has been the key in previous maps. They drop that as they start peering up sandbag position. And there it is, it lands on out. Hobbit wants to take a fight though.
Oh, but by throwing that smoke, Kickit, I would say, would expect, has to be a little more slower about his progress up short. It's fading
Hobbit?
now. Hobbit wasn't ready for that. That's a big find from Kickit. Even catching a lot of damage onto Nafany through their smoke spray. So Buster, we knew he was the one to extinguish that Molotov. We knew that there was potential playground presence, which is, of course, the justification behind Shiro and Axile. But how much can he sell? This round practically over if he frags one of Shiro and Axile and the rest of the CTs pack up shop towards A.
This is a hard angle to clear against an MP9 though, and Shiro's actually getting active.
Yeah, he wants Simfo, and he's got more than that, actually. He just backed away, perhaps even calling it clear. They are flooding into B here.
Axile's flanking down connected too.
On pure contact, like, what's Nafany supposed to do? He's got such low health. His teammate, however, enters with a very small opportunity to punish. And through the smoke, it's actually the nade. Axile's thrown one in. It does dunk Kickit, because significant damage elsewhere. Yakinda mantles on the box in Ferocious attempt to stay competitive. He's got a wild spray. 1 for 1. They're keeping it competitive here. Gambit are making him pay. Sanji needed a clean headshot and finds it. Just Shiro. 1vx. And the bomb ticking against him as well. That is VP's first. Had to work damn hard for it considering the bonus.
Yeah, and I did start to get a little bit worried there because the bomb wasn't necessarily planted for Buster on that late flank. So 1 kill on that site, one-on-one situation would become a very losable round there for VP. I feel like they weren't too aware of that rotation coming through connector either. And one of the things that I've been singing the praises of for VP throughout this tournament was their awareness, understanding where all the possible flanks were, what they need to cover while the bomb's going down. They get away with that one. They'll buy back in. Sanji onto a Deagle, Galil for Jame. Orp out for Shiro. Buys both teetering here. The economy yet to be established early in the piece.
Up through short, control gathered. Shiro readies himself with a flash. He just gobbles it up. Yakinda has to pay quite the heavy price for that pressure.
Big boost.
Yeah, they were thinking about it, but Nafany's jump's going to force him out. There is a lot of nuance to the first 20 seconds of these rounds. Look at Inters. He's even hugging the smoke, hoping for anything to walk up. Kickert is walking straight up, trying to catch Hobbit in transition. He's had such a good game on Train, closing in on 30 frags, and Hobbit, the multi-kill master, does it again. He's got the monster smoke, he's got the lineup. Jame will lose vision.
He's not going to play in front of it either, so VP, after a good round that was recovered, immediately on the back foot here. And Hobbit played such an odd angle there with 2 big kills. You could see what the attempt was, but now as we find ourselves in a 3-on-5 situation and no room given, it feels like VP have to go knocking again towards B.
Oh, that's just the close flash. I mean, when you re-smoke Monster, you have to be paranoid of the potential for an up-close MP9. You even know there's one in play on B. 30 seconds, lads.
Yeah, that flash baited nothing in return.
You're going to need to do something. Going to lose all of your pennies, all of your schmeckles, everything you've invested into this round. The jump peak for info. Sanji does recover an AK. It's something. There needs to be a whole lot more. 19 seconds. James Shadow baits the shots.
Saving.
Yep, and they're not interested. Axile is starting to hunt. Maybe catch Sanji on the way back short pipe, and he has. Very costly round for Virtus.pro. Get nothing done.
Oh, he's even given him
an extra treat.
Thank you very much, Axel. We'll take that one. And they were going to walk away with 2 AKs here, VP. But after you lose those 2 opening kills, you can see just how much they wanted to force the issue up that sandbag area. We'll get the replay of this here. Hobbit, he was noisy about this too. Like, Kickert heard him running on the railing. He knew that there was going to get picked from somewhere. And Hobbit makes his awkward angle work. And, well, those kills right there seal the deal. Axel with a bit of extra punishment.
You see the way he's just justified that position by showing he can pre-aim not only the boost, but then swing into the short to support. Like, it's clearly intentional, and yeah, it is an off angle, not something you're going to have your crosshair placed upon.
Oh, well, VP have a extra AK in this one, as well as the 2 that were saved. There's some Deagles and light utility, but they have to keep VP working. Gambit working, sorry.
So your business isn't on Wix yet?
Gambit have gotten away with these very, very early leads. And if VP can't tussle this one back, mentally, they're going to be out of it.
Yeah, and the fact you're on the T side as well, like as Yanko highlighted, it can be a bonus. You know, when you're in chasing momentum, T side is where you can find it. There's a lot more kind of independence in your decision making. You can control the pace of the game when things are going your way, but it's also a cruel mistress. It can be very punishing when things aren't going your way. So Buster, clearing out toilets. This is going to be a new look for us into our 5th.
If you want to sell online,
getting gifted a lot of room again, right? It's not the same argy-bargy over towards the bathroom position that we see with a lot of teams, that transitional fallback. Shiro's playing straight from the site.
And VP haven't proven that they can do like a full BXEC. You know, they haven't, excuse me, an AXEC. They haven't proven that it's a threat.
Oh, this timing from Axel to push forward here. He's found a bit of a gap, maybe behind them before they execute onto the site. And right now, nobody is looking.
Yeah, if Nafany can get contact, which you can see he's posturing to do, he's going to have all eyes. Oh, Kickert just about with his late arrivals. That's paranoia created. Jame looking to punish. Axel,
you can see him.
He's dealt with it. Now VP have a 2-man advantage, but time really is not on their side. It will only take that. Another hero maneuver. Hobbit completely destabilizes the entire push. VP have got 10 seconds. Sanji's given him a way back in.
That's the plan.
Uh-oh, it's Hobbit. He's not quite done. Tags up another. He'll steal a 3rd away as well. Get out of my server. 2017 all over again.
Hobbit's had a wild ride.
Damn, that was 2 opening frags for VP, and we just talked about, you know, trying. You have to find these rounds now before it's too late. Then they did half of the heavy lifting. Hobbit arrives. The only way that round goes back to Gambit's favor is if they both fall flat as they're pulling out the grenades. They did. And look what it's done to Virtus.pro. A confidence-shattering, I was going to say, eco. It's the hero. Yakinda, AK, and Kevlar.
He came into this final as the highest rated player in the tournament, and he had a great map #1. He's had some moments since, but they've been doing a great job of keeping himself quiet. So if Yakinda can come alive here, VP needs somebody to inspire confidence. It feels like it's been taken out. The wind hasn't been in their sails for 2 consecutive maps. Sunner on the desk there talking about 10 rounds over the last 2. That is just not good enough. I didn't think we'd be coming in today and seeing a blowout with the familiar teams matching up with one another, and well, here it is. Gambit are making a statement.
And in the head-to-head, it's favored Gambit in their most recent showdown this year. February 10th, Overpass was a near full 30-round game, 29 rounds of play.
There's the AK gone. Didn't even get a chance. Did not even get a chance.
Did they nade it away?
Kickit grabbed it, but he took so much damage just trying to pick that one up. The avenues that VP are normally able to operate through are being punished, and I'm not sure if that's, you know, the details being studied by Gambit, or it's just them having so much confidence in their play, they're hitting every single shot.
Yeah, Sanji has really been dealt a dud hand. Be the hero, sans Kevlar. There's a gap. There is a gap. Hobbit finding another, but this could be the punish. He needs a multi. Oh, Inter's so quick on that. And Buster has actually found enough frags to perhaps walk on in. The pre-fire towards Shearer. I'd have screamed. My lord, imagine that. 1 second to plant. Not to be. Not today. A parallel universe somewhere. Buster just won the coolest 1v5 in Counter-Strike history.
5-1. This is feeling desperate now. Sanji's purchased on in here with a MAC-10. The AWP's out for Jame. They have AKs. Buster not operating with any utility whatsoever. We need to see something convincing out of VP.
To my newbie eyeballs, Chad, it feels like we haven't seen VP, you know, ever have to contend with any aggressions from Gambit's CT side early. You know, these party pushes, the underpass aggressions. I'm saying that as we see them both start to shape up, but it is just enough. It's like they dip their toe in just enough to make sure you have to really do your due diligence on the corners. Axal is sticking around. He's completely untradeable. Like, he is a low, I say untradeable. Nafany, with the door blown off, can provide safe haven support through the wall bang.
Yeah, there's so much harassment to connector and even nades to follow.
It's actually going to go right on his nose. Might want to conserve a few bullets for the rest of the round, but other than that, very suppressing stuff.
Shearer could be in a bit of trouble right here. Might have to dip back down through the bathrooms to cover off towards long. Yeah, he's pulled the plug on this. So Sanji aware that might be the play. They can actually take some space.
He knew what he had to do. Just takes off a warning shot, trying to delay, bait in as well. Axal's tucked in. Keeping that opening presence visible, audible. Buster given the task alongside Yakinda. Oh, and Axal's been given a gift there. That smoke has extinguished the Molotov that would have forced the fight.
They're going back to B as well. They've drawn the rotation, but they can be back there in no time.
This is insane shot from Nafany.
Sorry, what?
I don't understand. If he gets this, Kickert has made a round out of it. Both the B defenders felled in a blink of an eye. Bomb down 2.
Not going to get the spread on that one.
No. Smoke line up. He will be able to extinguish or put out Heaven as a threat. Nafany hit a great shot, but Yakinda's luck sold it. And I think Gambit, they'll just play the percentages here.
Yeah, going for the save. You can see the bank balance is not too far built for a few of the members. Hobbit only with 500. He's in the grave. Inters, he has 2.1. The loss bonus coming on through. Shiro will be able to drop. Axial might be able to do the same. Kickert's
been so quiet. Those 2 frags, though, absolutely worth their weight in gold. It's VP putting their second on the board.
just the flow of the game with these CIS teams is so different, right? And having two of them going toe-to-toe, you don't get one team that is the natural aggressor. It's almost like, hey, we both play a similar style. We like to string out fights. We like to really use that clock. And it comes down to who's just going to hit those shots when they walk on in. And that's why it's hard to really see where that action's going to happen. Kick-It walking out like that, he's already at the lip. He's at the precipice of the B bomb site. If he doesn't get that kill, that could be the round. So the difference makers are right down to the milliseconds of them going for those duels. And now we will get Gambit dropping guns across. Shiro has his AWP. Nafany down to a Famis. It's looking good. Both teams stabilizing now. Scoreline 5-2. Deep nade. Axel in the open. He might get run down here. He will. Buster's punished that. Now Hobbit needs to reply back with something. They've called B clear, but it's so early in the round and we know that VP will dip back. They just hit that pause button, waiting for any more aggression. They might get Hobbit now.
So mobile. Now, we saw the power of the Kick-It late monster hold many times in their previous bout on their path to the grand final.
Hobbit.
Oh, the flash was good. He still manages to pull one out. Yeah, he does. Inter's bit of team damage, but the double delivered. And that's enough to equalize. The early loss. It was Buster who did manage to chase down Axile, but it's Nafany with more impact. Up long, Buster has to contend with Shiro.
He's watching long as well, isn't he?
Well, he's kind of doing it all. Oh, it's going to come down to the Counter-Strike timing, and it couldn't have been better for Shiro.
Game time, or is he going to give this one a crack? 25.
Might have to, you know. And round the corner, Shiro doesn't miss. Gambit taking 6, and I think Shiro's going to take James AWP for a spin.
All right. Well, 6-2, and yeah, with this kind of a scoreline and the fact that VP aren't looking threatening, it is the T side, right? If I'm going to measure this out and we just look at the context of Overpass only, the scoreline so far, it's not bad for VP. They can still get back into this, still lots of rounds to be played.
They're so ready for that boost. Like, even Intus is, Nafany was pre-aiming that. Okay, all right, back into the fray.
James got the AWP again. Has to find impact with it.
They're going through. There's going to be some pace to this. They immediately take water control and then some. Inspired perhaps by the double Kick-It was capable of pulling off. They want to test them again. It's Hobbit and Inters to be tested. Just waiting for a slip up, waiting for someone to say, how's short?
They know it's already taken because they threw a passive nade, so cannot blink from barrels.
Oh, we can get him here. Not an easy shot to take, and pulls the trigger. Every bullet does count.
Back to Monster to try again, and this setup is actually pretty good to deal with this play. You can see another smoke being thrown on out. Do they respect this, or do they go forward? Yakinda in 2 mines.
He does. He goes through. And Hobbit perhaps unawares. There's still barrels, though. It's so potent. Inters unloads his mag. 3 VP members hit the deck and get out of my sight, says Hobbit. 7. Gambit running away with this defense, and they send VP back to the Iron Age. Faffing around with feathers. They've got 3K. It's just not enough. And let's see this one from his POV. Just enough of a bait on that pillar. Divides the crosshairs, and then Hobbit just locks down for the final 2.
Without the utility.
They're so focused, dude. Like, everyone knows this common goal. It's getting closer and closer.
Yeah, after a round like that, I'd be pumped up. And they all had a cool as a cucumber face set right there. So, I don't know how VP are going to find inspiration in this one. It might have to come through aggression. It might have to come through a miracle at this stage, because 7-2, another janky buy on the agenda. Jame 1 kill, has the AK. 2 kills for Sanji. We've got 3 for Kick-It, 4 for Yakinda, and well, Buster ruining the sequence with 6. But this is more of a telling story right here. Check out this round spread. Few and far between is the orange, and Hobbit. Jesus, Joseph and Mary, he is back in a big way. Partial buy behind this AK. Damage needs to be done. VP need to start taking some kills. It's not even the rounds,
yeah,
just
man.
get some kills.
Let's see the mechanics that got you this far. Like that semi-final was like it was a beautiful show of how far Counter-Strike mechanics have come. VP made Liquid look silly. Now Gambit, all too familiar with their opponent, are demonstrating to the world how to destabilize Virtus.pro. Just put an apple in the tailpipe of the plow.
So much space gifted in bathrooms, but maybe it means nothing. Axial and Shiro on the site. These are the two heavy hitters.
Yeah, and they've got such a routine to keep you suppressed, whether it's wall bangs or smokes. It's the same view. Every time we cut to VP's POV, whether it's Monster, whether it's Toilets, they're staring at a smoke and a rapidly depleting clock.
And now Nafany's even rotated back over with a full bag of nades.
Okay, Kicker's going to try and sell this, but it's not going to work unless you win that duel. Hobbit loves to play that ramp, constantly keeping his head on a moving trajectory. It's hard to track, it's hard to trace, hard to predict. Nafany lines up another. The crossfire is here, and VP gets sent once again straight back to spawn with nothing to show for it.
They're getting melted right now. This is destruction from Gambit. These are not even close rounds. And VP, they're trying to string out fights. Normally, they're winning these duels, right? They're getting a kill. They're making space elsewhere on the map so that these fakes, or at least these attempts at fakes, can make some room.
They're so responsive, Chad. Like, I'd already outlined in my head, I was like, okay, so there's Shiro, as you said, and Nafany. But no, Axal's there as well, actually. He's managed to arrive exactly when he needed to. The ever moving Gambit CT squad, like, it's so hard to pinpoint, it's so hard to catch them off guard. The VP playbook often involves isolating one player, but they haven't been able to do it. Gambit have always got the cavalry on the way at the right time. It's the reads, it's their understanding of the game. Bye-bye door, and bye-bye freedoms to VP in that underpass area. As soon as that smoke fades, you will not be able to use it as a passageway between the sites. They're even throwing in some aggression here, Chad. It's everything and more. It's so perfect.
Oh my God.
Oh, and they don't even know. I can't quite describe, put into words, how much of a kick in the dick this is going to be.
Oh my God. What are you meant to do? Like, he's got full backyard control right now.
Okay, that's actually something. It's the Akinda smoke spray onto an AWPer.
That does help.
It does, but ready for Kicker to put his fist through the desk? Because it is looming.
Yeah, he's got absolutely no idea. And Hobbit, he's seen him, and he's murdered him. That is gonna hurt. 45 seconds on the clock. You've just been blown out of the water. Bomb needs to be collected. You're worried about more aggression. You have to go A.
You have to. You have to. What if they got... you wouldn't believe it. They've got 3 players there ready. Because they know, as much as we do, they have to come to us. Oh no, 30 seconds for VP. Need some heroics out of Jame. And that's something. Axel needed info long, and it's cost him his life. Taking some initiative, taking some aggression! No way, Nafany! How are you doing it? How does it look so easy? And the Gambit apartments let out a roar.
He got fired up after that one, and for good reason. What an epic play that was. VP.
Oh.
Get out of here.
Just decides now is the time. Like 18 seconds, they want to be planting in the next 5. What am I going to do? I'm going to stand in the way. Outrageous scene. Bro. Good to see some emotion out of him as well. Let's go.
Oh, 9-2.
They are popping off.
And they're taking a timeout. Everything that Gambit is doing at this moment is picture perfect.
That's initiative. That's individual initiative as well.
Bomb's gone down once. One time. That is the difference.
You can't get in.
But this is the difference between VP being able to be threatening and not. If they're not planting, they're not getting the extra cash, they're not getting the extra gun rounds, they're not keeping the AWP in James' hand, and they're continuing to still go for janky buys. Because that loss bonus is maxed at 3,400, they're still going, okay, we'll buy an AK, we'll drop an AK, we'll have some pistols behind it. But they're not doing anything with it, right? These half buys...
Let's see a full BXX.
Like, give us something.
Give me like a straight page out of the dry runs. You've been sitting in the server. Here it is. Everyone knows their role. Everyone knows their flight path. Everyone knows their nades, the timings. It's all been ironed out beforehand. Now all you have to do is execute. How do Gambit plan to destabilize this? Smokes are out early.
There's 4 here already.
And Hobbit, he's actually found 2 easy frags. No, VP. They walk into him. Finally, they silence him, but look at the damage done. That's 2.5 frags.
You still want more.
James just caught sleeping, trying to pick up weapons. Virtus.pro, a shadow of their former self, under the thumb of Gambit. Look at their kill total. 11, 14, 16. It's sub 20. 19 frags in total for VP. Hobbit, he's just got himself his 15th. Nafany will wrap it up as well. Some huge impact from Nafany over the last 2 rounds of play.
Think about all the CIS teams in this tournament, right? Na'Vi, the gods, Simple, Electronic, obviously the big name, right? All the spotlights on them. Spirit have a banger. They add Degs, so there's so much hype around this individual. We've added that in with Mir. We've got Magics in there. They're looking hot. Then you turn your attention to VP. They add Yakinda. The kid is the highest rated in the tournament stats-wise. And it's Gambit, this team, that have been chugging along. They have been chugging along just as the youngster squad. And now they're in the grand final at Katowice, and they are just absolutely dismantling VP. It's not just Overpass. If you missed the last 2 maps, this is 3 maps in a row that they have been dismantling VP. It's not even close.
Yeah, and they did it to all your favorites as well. A week ago, Turning Heads versus Mouse Sports, then Heroic, then G2. Anyone else? Yeah, Na'Vi had a go. Spirit did too. All of them falling by the wayside to Gambit, and they're making VP's run to this grand final equally as large scalps. I'm talking Vitality. I'm talking Astralis. I'm talking Liquid. The same team that beat all of those is now being made to look like fools under Gambit's CT setups. Hard work is truly paying off with every frag that fills the feed. It's blue on brown. Haven't seen a deviation from that in some time. Maybe Jay, maybe Buster can change my mind, change the script. You have this control, but it's minimal. You'll have the access point to toilets, but you want to cross that line, you've got to cross Shiro. You've got to cross Axile. This is where they fight you. Okay, well, James definitely actually hit 2 of those.
Yep. Okay.
Knocked off his shoes on the second.
Didn't get them anything, though, so over towards B they go when the bomb is there. The boost is late.
And of course, it's the perfect timing. Swings in, only gets 1. So much hard work from Yakinda. Inter's in prime position to stop James had he released his crouch, but looking good for VP here. Inters has been found as well on the edge of the smoke. Nice shot. Bomb ticking. Sanji's low as well. And oh, solid hold. Okay, VP. Damage control. A 3rd is crucial. The following 2, far from a guarantee. They'll be able to jiggle the weapons. We'll start to see no more of that funny business that Chad was previously highlighting. But this late boost, yeah, it did catch them. But you can see the fact that they had so many players already on the site, it was another one of those. Gambit had the right players in the right place, just punished by taking that gamble on the late boost.
If that boost was 2 or 3 seconds earlier, completely different round, right? We will be just taking a quick little bit of a technical timeout, ladies and gentlemen, so bear with us. We'll get this one back underway. But in terms of these next 2 rounds you were talking about for VP, they feel like a must. And that's not because I think that they need the 5 rounds to win this. It's more for their confidence. Because the last 2 maps have gone in the blink of an eye. This 3rd one is doing exactly the same. If you look at the kills that they've been mounting over 3 maps right now, VP have been quiet. Their individuals are not getting into the game. They're not able to feel the game. They are being absolutely decimated right here. And just for the confidence sake, 2 rounds just before the half, make it 3, would do wonders. Especially if somebody pops off and does something crazy with a multi-kill, you get a 4K, maybe even a clutch in the mix. They need some inspiration in that VP camp right now because the skill is there. We've seen it all tournament. Just here they're quiet. This isn't the team that I thought would capitulate in the finals.
No, far from it. Perhaps just replaying the opportunity they had at Berlin. Feeling that fate returning once again. Yakinda turned on by Axile.
They can play the mid-round now. That's a good trade. That was, you know, the flurry to start off the round.
I'm interested what's happening between Nafany and Shiro. It feels like they're swapping spots. They've sent the AWP back to B, and Nafany, with his full util, has been given the task of holding the A walk up.
Yeah, they called this. They're going aggressive with 3 players. Shiro's already scoped in. There'll be no sound cue.
Okay.
It did a similar thing on Vertigo where they got Hobbit to sandbag.
But this is how you counter this VP poking and prodding from both maps, is you just say, you get an absolute defined no. And wow, Kickit's going to remind them that, yeah, you have to watch out for this. Virtus.pro's bag of tricks leans to B.
One of the few times we've seen Hobbit miss a duel like that as well.
Yeah.
Still got the dink off, so set up for success. Shiro still towards B. Nafany is almost letting them walk into A with his current position. But Shiro could get a freebie right here.
Inters is such a passive line for Monster. He'd have to be pretty damn diligent. And he's lost it. Shiro, overwhelmed after the first, couldn't bolt the rifle in time. Plenty of time for the plant. Kick is low. Now they have to plant again.
Seconds.
Looking to clutch up his Nafany. Sendry makes things difficult. Will spread. Jane burning. Losing a lot of life on the line. 26 is all he's operating with, which means there's potential for the M4 to walk in. Turns the flash. Not going to be seeing any willingness from VP to push for this one, and so Nafany knows time is of the essence. He does have a kit, and he'll be able to force the fight, at least one of those, with the initial fake. That's if he chooses to do so. Does he want to look? Ah, he's having a look, Monster. And with that, there's just not enough time for the double. They will have to call his bluff. And he's just going to try and punish on the retreat? Okay, okay. Ah! Oh! that is no fun! Staring at them as muscle memory decides to try and drop the AWP. Maybe someone's brought it up. Ah!
Yeah, you could see what he was going for there.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware they were still hanging around. Wanted to get Shiro that AWP because money is in squalor for Gambit. VP have finally been able to whittle this down. And sure, it is feeling too little too late, but as I mentioned, 10-5 on the half, it's not a horrible scoreline for T side of Overpass whatsoever. It has been a very, very long game before that VP have even looked threatening. And just the timing there. Alrighty. Now.
It can look beautiful at the best of times and just so awkward at the worst.
Hobbit's actually towards connector now. That's normally been Axial's job, and they're trying to set up the boost, but are they thinking better of it? Yeah, on towards the shelving unit. Axial checking out Party. Hobbit tucked in. Sanji to deal with. Molly is good. Not sure how much was heard just there.
Yeah, a deeper Molly. The boost, however, will be the unknown entity. Look at the decision-making.
Oh, Axial's burning.
Forced out 2 smokes. Like, that's an answer. There you go. VP pieced that one together.
Lots
2 smokes
of info
from Underpass.
And Buster's found the timing. Shiro has just dropped back from that long position. So this is going to be a moment of limbo for Axial and Hobbit. They're both trying to get on out. Buster's taken space. There is a gap towards long right now. If Buster gets a wiggle on, gets into this right-hand corner, he has.
Where is that AWP shot coming from? It's next to my eardrum.
Decoy.
Okay, enters. Oh, it's set up for the multi, and they walk on in. More blue in the feed. It's Hobbit with a double kill. Buster is a late lurk. Sanji just has to not die. They're begging him to survive.
Wait, they already know that Buster's a possibility.
They definitely are looking to deal with a late Buster. Oh, Nafany's got Sanji booked. And now even more attention drawn towards Buster's potential flank. They know he likes the late long. Everyone's staring at him from barrels or otherwise. And now they definitely know. Not going to happen. Hobbit steals away a third. He is still having a spectacular fragging performance. Experience and hard work pays off. Wow, Nafany and Gambit are running to the finish line of this grand final. It started out so competitive, but you can see Gambit, this unit, this squad of 5 bolstered with every coming opposition. I mean, it seems as the opponents have got higher, the stakes have got higher, so has the quality of their play. I've got Sponge alongside for the analysis. I'll be making loud squeaks and squeals.
This is contact. They take contact, smoke goes.
Like, how much do they get away with here? There's 3 CTs to receive them. Buster's even there as well. 4 CTs. VP are in the right place.
Close.
And already Hobbit's found another. Quickly silenced. It's chaos in the smoke. They're trapped in the smoke. Bullets being thrown into it. And Axel's pulled a double out of it. Kicker guarding the bomb. It's an advantage, but I can feel my voice quiver. I know Jame would have to do something to save his teammate here. They're just waiting it out, and that's damage. That's more than damage. Axel, a millimeter from death. It's onto Shiro, really. Dancing with this crossfire, and it's well executed. VP tested, yes, but they pass.
Now they just need to hold on to this. Converting after their pistol wins has not been a strength for VP throughout this series right now. And Gambit with an extended lead, you have so many options. Do we play the safe route? Do we go for more passive buys? Or do we go all in? Well, let me tell you, they're going all in. They want to close this one as quick as you like. Bomb got dropped forward there on this pistol round. And fortunately, Kickit and Jame are able to extend this a little bit longer. But right now, Galilla's out for Axial. We've got a couple of Deagles, Tech 9, light utility. No plant means we can't have anything crazy coming out of the Gambit camp. But they have been hitting some bangers of shots. They've mechanically looked better than VP today. And Nafany, he is a man on a mission. That crosshair, he was ready and raring to go for that one. Every shot whizzing past the VP players' heads. The pressure is on them right now. Have not showed up for 3 maps in a row. Can they turn that around here? Over towards long, 4 players for Gambit. Hobbit just dealing with that connector rotation.
Sanji will get info soon. And I say that as a smoke will land, so it's only a possibility. He won't have concrete info.
Inters will be going late long, it looks like. The rest of them need to now push through bathrooms, and there are 3 flashes to work with, but they all need to be perfect.
Yeah, 1 flash could completely nullify both of these CTs, and it hasn't caught them. So on this contact, it should be a chance for Jame. Yukinda. Oh, he's going to beat that flash. And so does Jame. Blind. They're so blind, but they don't check their corners. It's only the 1. He needs more. He demands more, but is silenced. Okay, awkward now for Virtus.pro. They need this round. They earned this round through the pistol. And Sanji close to confirming it. A double, make it a triple as Buster fills the feed as well. That should be enough. Okay, Sanji with a triple on the MP9. Fends them off. Their vulnerability to that flashbang was exploited.
Yeah, almost there, right? If they cleared that corner immediately, then they could snowball a little bit quicker.
Okay, James definitely trying to get the mojo flowing. I've just seen a Nova shotgun purchased.
Okay, maybe wanting to farm a little bit of cash. Yep. They know they'll be up against this primarily full eco. There's Sanji's highlights right there. MP9's probably the highest.
All right, guys, I need an AWP soon, so I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a $900 kill reward.
He's going to go over to connector. That would be... No, he's not going to connector. Jame?
Party?
Jame?
Wait for it. Oh, no, stolen. Yukinda denies. He's going for the long range Nova. And it works at that range. By Shiro. And even Inters could be on the plate. There it is, finally taken from his hands. I don't think they'll even bother retrieving that.
I'll leave that one where it lies, I think. Hobbit, 21 kills for him now. Sanji's going to switch positions with him, and now it won't be long for this world. Hobbit will go down, and we can already start turning our attention to round number 19.
That ADR isn't bugged, is it? That is 100.
So
55. Yeah, it's just updated as he goes down. Okay, wow, Hobbit, that's some impact. He's averaging a kill and a half's worth of damage.
He's been huge, especially Train. Pulled him out of a lot of holes there. Here on Overpass, getting it done as well. The veteran is the newest member to the squad, and here he's helping them get across the line in the grand final. Now, the scoreline is 11-7. VP win this. Well, we're back on track. Shiro's actually opted in with a Krieg here, so AWP not on the docket. Jame has his big green. Buys are good for both sides. Standard stuff. 2 players towards A. Down towards connector will be Jame with the AWP. Has to keep his head on a swivel here. There is action all around him. Nafn, even with the jump peak, does spot Yakinda over to the divider. And maybe even just that, early presence is enough to keep them busy because they're going straight back to B.
Buster has previously been a real nuisance to his opposition from this short position. It's a combination of his read of his opponent combined with his ability to multi-frag.
James is still in connector as well. Oh, what a nade.
That's going to hurt. That is going to leave a mark, but they're up. And he unloads his mag, fully flashed. Muscle memory prevails. Needs another. And it is Sanji that's caught. Axel just needs to find Buster, and he has. It's all open. Gambit securing 12. James locked out of the sight. Nothing for him to do. It looks like Inters is already hunting him. Not going to find him just yet. James reveals his location, though, and now it's time for the hunt.
Yeah, and Inters, as you mentioned, already taken a lot of space with that A lurk. So as he starts to work it out, heading back. Okay, ring around the rosy. You're going to miss each other. Him. That could have been a tight round. And if Inters thinks better of this, okay. Well, now we're cooking. Has an idea if Inters... Not even going to try and predict it.
No,
we'll just leave it.
No, we really should, yeah.
Maybe they'll get him.
Yeah, you know, they don't have a mini-map.
No.
They can't see him through the wall. They really genuinely don't know where he is.
Probably don't want to give up the guns either, if we're going to be completely honest at this juncture. So that's going to be 12 now for Gambit. And you can just see how difficult that is, right? This is not me calling out our lovely friend Rushdie by any means, but when they all run into the site and the kills happen within 5 seconds of each other, you can't keep up with it. And it's not like it's all multi-kills.
Yeah, pick one.
To just pivot
Which number are you pressing now?
Who's going to win the fight? Who's looking where? There's rotation from James, connector. There's so much going on when they explode. And that's why it's hard for us to, you know, be able to read what's going to happen with these plays.
Yeah, normally there is a degree of beauty in the build-up of a Counter-Strike round. You have the calm before the storm, the execution, the clutch. A lot of this CIS Counter-Strike has kind of thrown that script out the window.
It feels like it's calm and stormy at the same time.
Yeah, like the boat's rocking, but there is no wind, and it makes no sense.
Keep rocking.
Yeah, not bad. Nade could finish off, maybe not. Does land onto the palms of both, though. Look at that, Sanji halved.
Perfect example of what we were just talking about. Initiate, breaks, drop back. A lot happened, but nothing happened.
Right.
And now they want info. Hobbit, he has been a madman. Hobbit has been on point. Where do you go? Down a man. You're already trying to play for info. James sniffing forward. Would have to catch a timing here.
He has. And converts it. Takes down the hardest hitter of Gambit. Your PGL Krakow 2017 major champion. Here in the Katowice stage, 4 years on. That's a big opening from Nafn.
Huge
Just
opener.
like that, the round starts to dissolve for Virtus.pro again. It's just wherever Gambit choose to put the pressure, put the pain.
They are more than in control of this game. They are not missing a shot. I've spoken about it a few times, but mechanically speaking, VP were one of the strongest teams we had in this tournament. Yakinda was looking like a robot yesterday.
He was.
Today, well, the robots, they're on the Gambit side of things. Everybody hitting everything. And Hobbit leading the charge.
It's been 7 years. Wow. So Virtus.pro won the first CSGO event that ever took place in the Spodek, which was EMS 1. That was in 2014. And the Virtus.pro organization, 7 years later, being tested by the new breed, Gambit. They've kept everyone honest. And this is Hobbit continuing to just play every round like it's his last.
Do you see why that's so perfect from Hobbit? You're right about Buster. We saw him jiggling that corner, but he would jiggle that corner just for a little bit of info. That line that Hobbit has is the deepest possible one. And Sanji, he's saying it all here with that reaction. Just pushing himself back. I don't think they can believe what's happening at this point. They're going to take their second time out. Feels like they could have probably had a few more. But this is the CT side now, and they're already looking down the barrel of defeat. First map was close. The rest have not been. And well, Yakinda normally full of confidence. Looks like that's quickly being soaked away. Where are the answers going to come from right now? Who is going to step up for VP?
If you've just tuned in, got home from work, put your Virtus.pro jersey on, turned on the TV. Cross your fingers and toes. It's about all I can advise. They've got Deagle's limited util, Jame on the AWP, and Yakinda on the AK. So if ever there was a time for the dialogue to change, it would be by the hands of Yakinda and Jame into this one.
Well, they get aggro.
Yeah, and this is going to be a lot of early information. I wonder if that leads to early blood. Yakinda's caught him. Nafany in his cheeky jumps for info. Didn't anticipate such a wide swing from Yakinda, just stands in the open.
Well, this is the start they're looking for. Now VP need to make sure they don't throw away this advantage. They cannot give up an isolated kill, and the next man is Yakinda over towards long. He got the opening kill. He cannot go down. Just
I think he's thinking better of the long commitment.
He's the only one here right now, so tucking on back, Buster rotating over. Might have a few more members from VP making their way as well. Yakinda very worried that they could have taken all this toilet space. And he's open to long right now.
Is he ahead of the smoke? Is he... What have you created there? No gap. He's checking. Don't think he's actually been able to obscure it at all, but it does enable him to continue to float around.
There's 4 players from VP up here at A. And Gambit can still pivot. We still have 45 seconds left.
I mean, they can't pivot with the bomb long. And in they come. Crossfire's established. Looking good as the equalizer comes in. Hobbit continues to find impact. 2 down, and one of them was the AWPer. The FAMAS from Buster has done enough. If he could just find one more. And that is the duel. Big win, 1v1 for Shiro. Another 1vx, 20 seconds. Bomb on his back. And Sanji to put something into the VP side of the court. He heard him. And that's enough to enable a safe and uncontested plant. Just narrowly missing each other. And Shiro has evaporated from the site. No kit. He'll just check it, see it's clear, and that is a Shiro clutch. Gambit another step closer to the grand final, the trophy within their grasp. 1 more map required, 2 more rounds required, and Virtus.pro are broken.
Absolutely.
110%, just as Jame was trying to hold that banana info, the swing, everything Gambit do just seems to be timed to perfection.
Add this one to the Shiro clutch tally right there. He is the closer, quickly earning himself that nickname. This is it.
Degree of acceptance on Sanji's face there.
Yeah, 15. It's not that you're staring down the barrel of it. This is 15.
Yeah.
VP, what can you do? You've been put on ice.
And you're about to get run over by Nafany, doing his complete and total job, making sure there's no funny business at party. Does a deep clear.
James didn't even get a chance to react right there. He immediately took his hands off the mouse and keyboard. This one here, VP, they're just being destroyed, dismantled, taken apart. It's not even close. 16-6, 16-4. We're now looking at 14-7.
I wonder how many people could have called this one. Using that leadership role, he charges in, gets the info. It's Inters that gets the spray this time, even though his kick gets there as well. But from behind, Yakinda had a minor chance. It was short-lived, and so is that round. Finished off already for Gambit. There was bloodshed, but that's just for show. 15. That is series point. That is Katowice Grand Finals trophy in your cabinet. If they can just find one more.
Double AWP.
These players aren't going anywhere, Chad.
No, this is just the beginning, right? This might not be the household names that everybody is used to in a grand final, but Gambit, with these youngsters, are making a name for themselves right here, right now.
I'll give you that list one more time. Na'Vi, G2, Heroic, Mouse Sports, Spirit, all falling to Gambit on their 5-match win streak of Katowice.
Well, taking a time out here to close this one down. Gambit are not giving this one up. 4 in a row. 1 more to do it. 1 more to lift that trophy.
Counter-Strike purists, CSGO purists, I should be more specific.
Double AWP. I cannot believe Nafany operating with a secondary AWP on the T side right here. This guy, he's had some big reads, some big plays.
How does he plan to ply it?
Right now, just dealing with any aggression over towards B. Jame in connector again. Early flak damage done. And when you're on the precipice of winning this series, let the other team make the mistake. The jitters are with VP. Would be 8 in a row just to take us to overtime. Just that one mistake is all Gambit need. They will punish anything, any misstep from VP right here.
And that T-side AWP is poised for its first. Traded. Buster pays a heavy price. He catches a bullet down to 18 as well.
VP don't know where to go. They quickly started rotating back towards B, but then they cancelled.
Yeah, James in dire need of information.
If Yakinda goes looking here, they're going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Gambit are now setting up for this B piece.
And they're getting further and further away from being the cavalry that Sanji and Buster need.
Here comes the nades.
Buster's so low. Sanji, he's had moments of influence in the past, but I think Yakinda's starting to realize he's going to have to get there fast. They're even going for a boost, I think. They're not in a rush. It's 25 seconds and they're boosting. Surely they can't see Sanji. The rail doesn't go that far. Oh, there's some info for you.
18 seconds.
Yep. And now they'll go. Smoke on Axile. Sanji to deny the plant. Inters is there as well. They got the info. Now they just need the plant. Nice find from Sanji. One more, the bombs lose. They just have to survive. Just survive. It's James. He does it his best. And so, 8 found. We go again. Really cutting it fine there. Gambit running down the clock. Virtus.pro get another chance. It's not pretty though. They lost a lot of bodies in that exchange. Let's see how it all went down. So it was Sanji's frag. Where's the bomb? It's on Inters there. 7. Boom.
Deep down.
Just too far down in the pit. You can see Shiro did everything he could to close that gap. No time. Jame time.
You concede that one right there. You don't want to let something like that get to you in this moment.
You still have such a distinct advantage.
Oh, it's huge.
In this buy. What's the call?
Keep peppering B. They've had so much success.
They'll get the info short pipe. Thinking better of contesting actively. Oh, this is going to be quite an explosion. But it seems like VP have gambled correctly, Chad. They've got the pieces in the right place.
They're ready to flash.
A reactionary flash. Oh, this is going to be hot. More flashes. They advance. They push through the smokes. They want frags. It's only one. Nafany claws another. If they can just knock Buster off his perched sandbags, they have to get through Yakinda as well, though. The cavalry arrived exactly when it needed to. And now Inter's left out in the cold. With 60 seconds, admittedly, but the bomb under the control of all three. And weapons stolen as well.
They're all lined up, though. This could be a disaster.
Not like this. Doesn't happen like this. They'll smoke off short and continue to disappear. Play with them. Bomb propped up on the pillar. There we go. That's the PG word.
That's the one we want to do for everybody playing at home. And well, Inters is even worried about a connector push at this juncture. So if we're going to look at the landscape here and not consider the fact that Gambit are one round away from winning this, the money isn't great. And it appears that they're holding on to this AK. So next round,
okay,
it's going to be $1,900. All right, well, you want to play it this way? We'll play it this way. We could start building a little bit of a story. That money coming into the bank balance, Inters will be able to hold on to this AK and, well, his teammates, only one of which will probably be able to buy with him. We'll get a replay of how this went down. Nafany unable to get the better here of Yakinda operating and isolated with that MP9. Jame onto his adversary, Shiro, the AWPer on the other side of things. And, yeah, well, the first 2 rounds, dropping them, it's all good, right? But this is where the moment is going to get the better of anybody. The fact that 1 round away from winning this grand final, the pressure on all of these little details, it feels very doable.
I mean, yeah, how many rounds have they played of Counter-Strike where it's just, you know, open the buy menu or press the numbers on your keyboard, all right, go place my position, get a kill, die. But this time,
a little bit different.
Little different flavor to it, you know, as you're buying that weapon, as you prepare for battle once again, becoming a champion of IEM Katowice becomes a possibility.
Hobbit is so confident, and he should be. Look at this, 28 kills, 7 assists. Animal.
Yakinda treatment, a chance. Narrowly missed out. Yakinda allowed to live on.
Yakinda on his own again, so the responsibility on the newest edition mounting once more. Gambit are just playing pressure right now towards the playground area, sorry, the party area and long. It's forced Jame in rotation back on over. There's a kill. That's going to let that pressure valve off, but Inters with the boost could find something.
More than something.
Ooh.
That's Buster on an AWP there. And with only that saved AK,
you
have to convert it. Oh, agonizing. VP, shape up, survive. Just want to keep this one as tight as they can. Hobbit walking through that toilet smoke. There is a gap here.
He can thread the needle on this one into A. 45 seconds left on the clock. Is he going to pivot back around? He is. So he's going to call that clear. His teammates, they might be able to punish it if he takes down Jame in rotation.
Yeah, if.
He's heard this.
If. I don't think James going to be...
No idea. He's got no idea.
And now things can get awkward. Sanji rotated as well.
25.
He knows your Kindlene's long. He's passively tucked in. Shira's got the bomb. He's still at playground. Which way am I going? Oh, you can see that Gambit are feeling that pressure.
Well, they have to go B. And
they're trying to mid-round it. 12 seconds. I think he's just got enough time. That's if Kickert doesn't kill Inters, and it looks good to do so. A missed shot. They can't even plant. They run out of time. Gambit staring down these mid-rounds, and it's getting a little uncomfortable for them. The palms get a little more sweaty. The comms get a little more jittery.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways you can solve this problem, but none of them are going to be easy, especially if they want to continue this slow version of Counter-Strike. If you're Gambit and you want to try and close and you still have 5 rounds to play with, right? Well, let's go with 4. They've still got 4 rounds where they can throw whatever they want at the mix. Something fast might not go astray. Full buys out, AWP is in, AKs as well, utility good. Gambit still this 1 round. VP are holding them at the door. They do not want to concede right here. Flashed off, Jame under pressure.
They've been holding off for 3 rounds now. To find 8 in a row seems like a pipe dream.
Yakinda's smoked off, which means he will be isolated here. The default from Nafni now up around the top. Yakinda is pivoting out of connector. Jame babysitting. And Nafni, he's cleared it on out here. So continuing their default spread, continuing this saunter. The late round situations in the last few have been a bit of an undoing. Buster flashed off the line, that information taken away very quickly. Sanji responds with utility of his own. The bomb is still down all the way back towards T-spawn.
You can see Hobbit's entire flight path is based around how Buster plays short. Like, he just flashed him off of Buster's tight line and then took it.
Do not allow him to have that free info. Name of the game right here is the flurry of nades back and forth continues, and back towards the B-bomb site we go.
Kept him guessing. They have. You can see James is still searching for info as best he can. Yakinda has no info long. And if Kickert's jiggle continues as the smoke fades, they actually re-smoke it. Gambit and the clock becoming a bit more of a recurring theme as of late. Is it really going to be bodies? Oh, Kickert's just done an absolute hero spray. Straight through the smoke. Buster adds another to the list. They have to go. They have to go. Nafani's fully flashed. He walks in. Starting to disintegrate now. You got 14 seconds. You'd need a hero spray, and he's paid such a price for that one. It's just not to be. VP, 11. More importantly, 4 since staring down the barrel of their opponent's championship point. 8 required to take us to overtime and to shrug off the advantage Gambit have accrued. It was through 11 T rounds. CT rounds, I should say. Excuse me, Counter-Strike doesn't update that.
It's all right, I know what you meant.
You knew what I meant.
I was with you.
The cheering squad clearly keeping the heart open to the possibilities of a VP return.
Oh, look
at this. Well then, Yakinda.
Right place, right time.
Pads the stats for 4 as they charge through that pipe. No one saw the man that's stolen this round from them. And at the 90-second mark, it's quite a luxury for VP. Consider this one a timeout.
Yeah, go take a bit of a look, Nafani. Let your teammates kind of cool this one down a bit. They've all rotated over towards the B-bomb site, mind you. So if Nafani does just continue running towards A, he could have beaten Sanji there. And of course, Sanji's the one rotating back on over to deal with this. Low HP, has the Kevlar, no nades to work with. The Tech-9, wow, it's better than a Glock. And he's heard some footsteps now over towards Long. So if he can find the timing here, there is a slight gap. He's getting a move on. Sanji's heard it, and Sanji deals with it. 15 to 12 now. VP, all right.
Imagine if Hugo Byron is called the most historic Katowice
actually from the history,
reverse
the
sweep.
future.
Yeah. If he was from the future, he wouldn't be wearing clothes from 2007.
Oh, dear. All right, another crack from Gambit. This time, it looks like they have the same buy. This is their ideal formation, right? The Orpo and Shiro, everybody else with the AKs, utility good, Hobbit obviously not so much. Where's the change-up going to be? If you just go through the paces with those same default maneuvers, you might get met with this VP wall that has been erected. It is completely denying you any access. Hobbit now on his lonesome, going for the default spread. We've got the divider smoke and the bathroom smoke. He's taken a lot of space here, and that's forced VP into a very passive setup. Hobbit's found a bit of a one-way gap in that smoke there, and they're putting it all on Hobbit. Oh!
I mean, the narrowest of margins. That's the jump peak he's got to punish angle for. And Yakinda's gone. Hobbit with more impact. James silences him before things can go too awry. It's pulled Sanji to A, and in they come. Kick it to be tested for survival. To keep the dreams of a Katowice trophy in the cabinet. Gambit just need these frags. They're begging them, willing them across the line. Nafany's pulled one. Sanji says no. Buster didn't spot him. And Inters cancels the plan. Buster didn't hard clear. Not like this. Bombs down now. Gambit have the man advantage. Awkward. James needs to be the hero. He's flashed in. He's gobbled it up, and he's gone down.
Oh, no!
It's just a set of errors, and Gambit are jumping through every hoop. One more frag. Sanji makes the 1v3 a little more doable. Caught in the air. Not down yet. Sees the chance. Shiro's tagged. He's really not going down without a fight, but Gambit, they're playing this one safe. They know that it's all theirs. He just has to not defuse. 3 seconds, 2, it's done. Gambit, baby.